The second group of Christians are those who are disciples, who have transitioned to become disciples of Jesus Christ. Disciples. A disciple is different from a normal guy walking around. Disciples of Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. Who is a disciple of Jesus Christ? A disciple of Jesus Christ is one who understands that Jesus is his Lord and Master and is submitted to training. One who understands that Jesus Christ is his Lord and Master and hence is submitted to training by Jesus Christ, training by Jesus Christ, to know his will and fulfill his will. A disciple is only there to fulfill the will of the master. And amazingly, you see, if you read concerning Jesus' ministry, you will see his disciples and you will see those who came for the miracles. Have you seen it? You'll be surprised that one of the people who were shouting, "Crucify him," would have been someone who was blind before and healed by Jesus Christ, standing in the midst of the people saying, "Crucify him." You'll be shocked. Yeah, you'll be surprised. A disciple is one who is submitted to the will of the master, submitted to the will of his Lord, ready to do what the Lord wants him to do. That is a disciple. You see, there's a training in Christianity. Christianity comes with what? Training. Say training. You can't miss, if you miss it, you miss a lot of things. Christianity comes with training. How many of you were trained by your father or your mother? Your parents gave you, there were some rules. You don't do this, don't do that. Go here, don't do this. Was it good for you? Are you glad they trained you? Hey, are you glad they trained you? What do you think you'd have turned out to be if they had not done those things to you? You'd have been a mother of many nations by now, hasn't it? They had to tell you, when you came as a lady, when you get your first menses, they call you and sit you down. A proper home will do that. If it's not a home, you may not get that. But a proper home will have your father and your mother call you and sit you down and say that, "Charlie, welcome to adulthood." If a man touches you, they'll say, if a man touches you, you will get pregnant. Is it true, the ladies? Yeah. It's training. They're showing you what is happening in your life. They show you, when you're going to secondary school, I had the highest advice in my life when I was going to secondary school. I was called at 4:30 a.m. It had never happened in my life before. I was called at 4:30 a.m. They sat me down and they started talking. As you are going to school, you will meet these people, you meet these people, you have to be careful, know where you are coming from. Hey! How many of you had that too? Training. They are training you. Some of us were trained not in my home. We were trained not to use certain words. You don't use certain words. It was unconscious, but it was there. I mean, you don't use certain words. We don't know how to disrespect older people. You can't. It's not possible. Yeah. I was lashed, thoroughly lashed, when I was going away from the train that was being given to me. I was very stubborn. I mean, I'm not hearing what you are saying. But he lashed me into becoming a correct person. Yes, he lashed me to hear him. And later on in life, I asked him, why were you lashing me so much? He said, if I had not lashed you, you'd not be here. You'd have died a long time ago. Yeah. How many of you heard of Dr. Beckley? And we were passing in front of Dr. Beckley's house almost every time. I mean, our heads could have gone long. Yes. It's amazing. So in Christianity, there's a training. God also lashes you, rebukes you, reproves you, teaches you certain things to get you in line in order to do what he wants you to do. Hebrews chapter 12. Let me read these things to you and then I'll show you some other things. Are you in the church? Do you like what I'm saying to you? Are you enjoying my stories? Hebrews chapter 12. Let's read from verse 6. Let's read it in the Amplified. You know, some Christians don't like this. Hmm? Hello? Yeah, when you are being told what to do and you are being pushed to a certain direction, no, leave me alone. I'm not a child. I want my life. What do you mean? Who are you? You don't understand that God has authority. So you are part of the first category. You are in to use God. You are not in. You are not ready to be discipled. Hallelujah. You see, the disciples were the ones who were working miracles. They were the ones working the miracle. They didn't need a miracle. James said, if is anyone sick amongst you, let him call for the elders. Who are the elders? The elders are the disciples. The disciples don't fall sick. They don't. But the normal Christians will always fall sick because they are not ready to learn what to do in order for sickness not to come to you. A normal Christian would not sit down and listen to tape, listen to messages. He's listening to 5 messages, like I'm listening to this, in order to learn how faith works, so that my faith can work. You've not graduated yet, you've not transitioned yet. You are in to get God, not for God to use you or work with you. Hello? Tell everybody you must change. You will have to. Yeah. A disciple will get some books and read in order to know exactly what to do. And how to handle yourself. Even handling yourself. You are trained to know how to poo-poo. You are trained how to brush your teeth. You are trained to be independent. If you are not trained, it's not going to work. Same thing, as a child of God, you must be trained to know. You must be trained on a lot of levels. I have Christians who are very stubborn. They will not even mind. You see, how does God train you? God trains you through his servants that he sends to you. That's how God trains you. Keep your finger here. This is Hebrews chapter 12, right? Go to Hebrews chapter 13. Let's read verse 17. You'll see something there. Hebrews 12, Hebrews 13, 17. This is fine. Amplified is fine. It says, obey your spiritual leaders. Or do what? Obey. Obey your spiritual leader. So the first thing is that you must recognize that this person is a spiritual leader in my life. Obey your spiritual leaders and submit to them, continually recognizing their authority over you. They have an authority from God over you, for they are constantly keeping watch over your souls and guarding your spiritual welfare as men who have to render an account of their trust. Then it says, you do your part to let them do this with gladness and not with sighing and groaning, for that would not be profitable to you either. When we think about you, hey, this girl there, I don't know when she's going to even listen to what we are saying. You say we are doing this, she doesn't even want to mind us. When your spiritual leader thinks about you, it's what comes. I don't even know. It's not supposed to be like that. Hey, are you listening to what I'm saying? Ask your neighbor, is what he's saying getting to you? Yeah, you need to submit yourself. It's important though. It's very important. You submit to the authority of God by submitting to the spiritual leader he has sent to you, or submitting to the group of leaders he has sent to you. Hallelujah. Go back to chapter 12, verse 5. Is it verse 5 or 4? Verse 4. Go to verse 4. Verse 5, sorry. And have you completely forgotten the divine word of appeal and encouragement in which you are risen with and addressed as sons? This is the address and the appeal. My son, do not think lightly or scorn to submit to the correction and discipline of the Lord, nor lose courage and give up and faint when you are reproved or corrected by him. So God reproves you, corrects you. Disciplines you. Next verse. It says, don't faint. Because it's good if nobody enjoys correction when it is happening. When they are lashing, it's not nice. But it registers something into your mind, in your mind. When you are being raised, it's not nice. The follow-up. It's training. God is trying to train you. Training you for reigning, to be able to reign with him. Because in the New Jerusalem, we'll be reigning with him. How are we going to reign with him if you don't understand the concept of sacrificing for him? Because the main thing for his kingdom is sacrifice. He sacrificed for you. We must all sacrifice for him.